know one system may be better than the other, but if you implement them all together, you're constantly bombarded with the things you have to do, so you never forget you have to do them. Hi everyone, it's Chantal, and today I just wanted to share a few systems that I use to stay organized with school. So I am entering, or I have started, my third year at Nova Southeastern University, studying speech, language, and communication disorders with a minor in psychology. This field that I'm studying is a bit content heavy, and I also am very involved on campus. So I just wanted to share the systems I utilize to keep myself on track, and hopefully this can help someone. So the first thing that I recommend is having a master schedule. So this is my master schedule. It looks like this, and I would link the website that I used to create it in the description box. It's called Free College Schedule Maker, and basically this is everything that I want to do in the week. Everything is fixed. That means these things shouldn't move, but this is the ideal way of life. Things may not necessarily happen like this, but in a perfect week, this is how I would like it to be. I'm using mine electronically, but if printing one out is better for you, then I highly suggest doing that. But basically, this just tells me on every day what I should be doing or what I want to accomplish. The things that are colored, those are like my classes and things I have to do. And then the things that are gray are like studying or prep, things that I want to do that I may not necessarily get to do, but it's good to have a scheduled slot for it so that if things don't change, like, you can use it. I think it's important to have this very fixed, as in it is created so that you know what you should be following and you don't ever forget something that you're supposed to do or somewhere that you're supposed to be. So for number 2, I recommend having a calendar of some sort. So since my professors or my program directors at my university send me calendar invites to things through my school email, I try to just utilize my school email and have everything on this calendar, because it will get complicated for me if things for school are on one calendar and then I have my own personal calendar somewhere else. So I just use the one in Outlook. But here I put literally everything. So this is this week, and then like if I go back to last week or the week before and stuff like that, like it just shows me like everything I'm supposed to be doing and where I'm supposed to be, and that way I never lose track of more of my activities. And then even when my friends message me and they're like, hey, can you go out, or hey, can we do this next week, I put it on my calendar. I check to see, because sometimes like I'm so interested in doing something that I'll be like, yeah, I want to do that, and then now I'm double booked. So this just prevents me from being double booked. And then because this is Outlook, I have the app on my phone, and then I have the app here, and then I can pull it up on my laptop, and it's always with me, so I never forget or I never don't have access to what I'm supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to be. So the third thing I utilize is something called a semester at a glance. So in my freshman year, in my UNIV 1000 course, which is just a course that all freshmen have to do, they asked us to write down all the assignments we have in one document, and it was on a piece of paper. And I was like, hey, this is a really cool idea. But our professor also told us, like, if that way didn't work for us, we can create our own way. So this is the way that I created. And basically it has all my classes on the top. So this semester I'm taking 6 classes, and then it has all the weeks on the bottom. I'll insert a bigger picture on the screen. I just didn't want like my entire class schedule to be like on YouTube anyway. So like this is week 4, and then these are all the things that I have to do in week 4, and then I have like really important things highlighted, and all my deadlines are in red. So basically like every week I know all the assignments that I have to do and when they're due, and then it kind of helps me zone into like just one week. Or if I want to prep in advance, I can also see what it's on I can also see what's in advance. But for me, like, this is just so efficient because I don't have to go to 6 different syllabi to find out what I'm supposed to be doing in the week. That can become like too taxing for me. So everything is in like one central location. And then I also have it uploaded to like my Google Drive. So say I don't have my laptop with me, I prefer to do it on my laptop, but say I don't have my laptop with me, I can just pull it up from my phone somewhere. And then like as each week goes by, you literally just delete what's in the row and everything shifts up. So as I said, like, this is week 4 of school, so I'm already down to like 2.5, not even a half, 2 and like a sixth of a page. And to me, it also feels really good when you see it decreasing and you can actually see the entire semester in like 2 pages, and you're like, okay, the end is near, like there's no need to be stressed, like this is all I have to do. So I think it's really convenient, and I suggest that all students do something like this. The only concern with this is that it is a bit time consuming to create, but you only have to create it once. So it's just like the weekend or the week before school starts, you get all your syllabi, you put everything together, and then you never have to do it again. But just that initial moment does take up a bit of time. So the fourth system that I utilize, it's on my iPad again. This is reminding me of that TikTok where it's like, how does it go? I cracked the key to life. It's because everybody I see that like knows what they're doing in life has an iPad.
You know why I feel like I'm stuck in life? It's because I ain't got an iPad. Like, no, I cracked the code. That's the reason. Like, every time I see somebody whose life together or is at peace in life, they have an iPad.
Like, that's so funny to me. But if you're a student, obviously, if you might be watching this because you're a student, 10 out of 10, I recommend getting an iPad. This is all I take to class. Like, sometimes I don't even take my laptop. This is all I take, and I can literally write directly onto my PowerPoints. Now, this is not sponsored. This is just me going off on a tangent. But, like, this was one of the best investments I ever made into my education because all my textbooks are on here, all my class notes are on here, and it's so light, it's so convenient, it's easy to take around. What more do I want? I'm a writer, so like it's better for me to like write things down and to how am I holding this up? To write this down and to type it out, because like when I write, like it actually like you have more time to process it and it stays in your brain longer. Whereas like if I'm typing, like things just go so quickly that it's like in one ear out the next.
Anyway, this is my to-do list. So like a to-do list is very common for people to have, but I think it's just the way that you organize your to-do list that's most important. So I have mine set up by day: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on the side I have tasks. So if I have a task that I need to do on Monday, I'm going to put it in the Monday spot. So this is Monday, and these are all the reoccurring things that I have to do on Mondays. So like it kind of helps me, like say I always have a quiz on Sunday or I always have a quiz on Wednesday, it will be in the Monday slot because that is a routine that I do on Mondays. But not all tasks like recur like that. Sometimes there's a one-time task, or sometimes like a task has no deadline. So if it has no deadline, I like put it on this side. But like if I have to do it on a day, so let's say I have to send an email to someone, but it has no deadline, but I want to do it on a Tuesday, I would just go to Tuesday because I don't really do much on a Tuesday, and I'll write it in on the Tuesday block. But I think in having a to-do list, it's the way it's organized that is most effective, and not necessarily having a to-do list. So this system, I'm basically telling you to find the best way that works for you for a to-do list. And for me, this is the best way. Having it separated by dates, and then having tasks that having like random tasks on the other side. So the fifth system that I think every student should implement is using technology to their advantage. And for me, that shows up in the form of using the reminders app and using the alarm app. So for alarms, I set an alarm for virtually everything. So basically I have reoccurring alarms. So like Monday through Friday, I have alarms to get up. One goes off at 7 a.m. That's like my wakey, like, hey, it's time to get up. And like each alarm, one of my friends told me they do this, but he has a different alarm sound for every alarm. So like in your sleep, you know, like if there's more to come or if there's not more to come. So my first alarm is wakey, and it's kind of like, okay, it's time to wake up. My second alarm is called Let's Get This Bread, and it's a more structured alarm. And then the third alarm that I have that's at like 7:45 means like you need to get up right now, and that's like the traumatic iPhone alarm that everybody hates. I'll put it in right now. Cringe. So I utilize alarms for that, or even if like I have to call somebody, I'll set an alarm. Or if I have to take my clothes out of the washing machine, I'd set an alarm. Sometimes writing it down or like trying to remember it in your brain is not effective. But if something like a sound is made and on it it says do this, then it helps you to remember, and then you stay on top of things as a student. Or like even if you set time limits on how long you should do stuff, you can say, okay, this task is realistically only supposed to take me 25 minutes. I'm going to set an alarm for 25 minutes, and by when that alarm rings, I should either be wrapping up or I should be complete. So like it kind of helps you to structure time, because sometimes we do not have a good perception of time. I'm one of those people. Sometimes 5 minutes is forever, and sometimes 5 minutes goes by like that. So like alarms help you to manage time. And the second one was reminders app. Like I help out with the Instagram for like one of the leadership opportunities I'm involved with. I have reminders that say do this today, because sometimes like you forget, but sometimes you don't actively check things and you need to do things by a specific time. So if a reminder comes up on your phone and it's like, hey, do this now, like it's easier to remember. So like no one system may be better than the other, but if you implement them all together, you're constantly bombarded with the things you have to do, so you never forget you have to do them. So last example, let's say I have an assignment to do. I'm going to go to the first thing for the week and see that I have the assignment to do. Then I might go on my weekly to-dos, and then I see, okay, on Tuesday, I'm supposed to do this assignment. Then my reminders app might tell me, hey, you need to do this assignment. And then I would have my alarm to tell me, this is going to take me 40 minutes. Put on alarm, okay, let's break, let's get it. So like, no one system is better than the other, and yes, one system can function alone, but if they are all combined together, you can never forget what you have to do. So thank you for watching. I hope this was quick, this was easy. I hope one of these systems really stick with you, and yeah, like, comment and subscribe if you want to. No pressure. Peace.